Do you guys think flying 3 hours with a flight to see someone's concert is a parasocial behavior? Because I saw this post saying that, oh, K-pop fans are so crazy. Like, why would they dedicate so much time into going to see a concert or something? You know what I personally think? I feel like people who say that, I feel bad for them. They just never felt the love. They just never loved someone that much, if that makes sense. It's actually a little bit sad in some sense. I feel like in life, we always have some kind of a passion. And I think it's great that some people have great passion for whether Stray Kids or whether BTS or ENHYPEN. So I don't like people who underestimate other people's passion. Okay, and I don't know what you guys think about this. Some people point at fans who go to fan meetings and saying like, haha, you're spending money just to go to fan meeting. Like, how pitiful. How is that pitiful? I don't understand. Like, you're seeing the artist that you love and you're supporting them. I don't get why is that something to be pointed fingers at. And if you could afford it, then what's wrong with spending your own money? It's not like you're spending someone else's money. Yeah, maybe they're jealous that they're not there. So, yeah. I personally feel like people should feel a little bit more proud about buying albums or going to concert. I don't like how that is sort of looked down as waste of money. Like, it's not, like, it doesn't make it not waste of money just because you bought a house, just because you got a car. I think ultimately, why do we make money? Why do we go to work? Why do we do all of this? To eat and survive and what? Just to live like that until we die? Then what's the point of life? You know, do you guys see where I'm coming from? What's the point of life if you're gonna just work 9 to 5 and come back home and eat and go to work and come back home? Like, this is more about, I'm not just talking about a K-pop concert, but on a more philosophical level, I feel like life should exist for pursuit of happiness. And going a little bit further, life is a little bit more fun when there is something you're passionate about. For me, whether games, whether idols, whether musician, you know how you have phases? I don't know, maybe you guys have a phase for something for really long. Maybe you change really fast. But for me, once in a while, there is that blank point in my life where I'm not into any manga, I'm not into any drama, I'm not into any specific thing. Then it's so boring. Like, you wake up and there's nothing you look forward to, and it's just then at that point I desperately try to find something to get on. Actually, for me, I either try to find a new anime, but you know what the issue with anime is? For people like me, anime and mangas, I've already watched all of them. I've already watched all of them, and the ones I haven't watched are just not good. That's the issue, in my opinion, with anime. And you guys know my whole biggest love is, even though I do a lot of K-pop content, my biggest love is Fujikaze. I love Fujikaze. And how do I say it? I sometimes love myself loving Fujikaze. I know that sounds kind of weird, but... And I like, as in, what I mean by that is, when it comes to Fujikaze, I don't have to think too much. You know how peaceful it makes your mind when you just have someone that you could like? In the same sense, you know what I respect a lot of the K-pop idols for? Even though, you know, there's a lot of controversy once in a while, generally, in my opinion, among all kind of musicians, all kind of artists, K-pop artists are least controversial. And you might be like, what are you talking about? You know, Hyo-sang, K-pop idols have controversy all the time. Yeah, because people make those controversies. Like, compared to other artists who are getting arrested and, you know, whatever illegal things they're doing, K-pop idols are literally good kids. They're literally good people. They're respectful, loving, and all that. So the fact that the person you support and love is a good person and most likely going to be a good person until they die, you know how safe that makes you feel? In comparison to either reading an anime that's gonna end in 12 episodes or supporting a, you know, rapper and then they get arrested and they go to jail. Okay, but I do love Hyomies actually a lot. This is not me lying. No, but I actually do love Hyomies. Because, can I be honest, guys? There's probably, I mean, I have a loving family and friends, but how many people would experience this kind of emotion where so many people are genuinely caring for you and genuinely supporting you? Like, the reason why I actually care for you guys is because I could feel that you guys actually care about me. You know, I spend time with you guys all the time. So it's not hard for me to tell how you guys feel. And even though earlier I said I like Fujikaze, like when I see some of the Hyomies, I sometimes feel like I've never genuinely cared and supported someone this much as they do. But they're doing that to me. But whenever this kind of thing happened, I think to myself, but I'm not even all that. So I'm not trying to put myself down, because putting myself down is denying the person that you guys are supporting. But really, a lot of the times, I really just think I'm just a guy. Guys, I don't think I would have felt the same way if I was Jungkook. I don't think I am that nice of a person to be humble if I was Jungkook. But I'm not Jungkook. I'm Hoseok. So I don't know how you guys think, but I always feel like I get more love than I deserve. So and I know some Hyomies get mad whenever I say this. So only thing I try to do is I try to just reciprocate it by showing up consistently and making good music. Sometimes I really don't know why you guys are supporting me so much. Sometimes I really don't know. It's not imposter syndrome, I swear. Is it? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting more emotional as I'm getting older. You know what I feel like about this, guys? I think it's because a lot of you guys have experienced loving. Let me explain. What I mean by that is, you know how everything takes practice? In order for you to get better at soccer, you need to practice. In order for you to get better at piano, you need to practice piano. I feel like even giving love takes a practice. And I feel like a lot of you guys are experienced with giving love. I'm not just saying like, you guys must have had 10 boyfriends. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying you have to get used to caring for another person. Maybe this is like an empathetic ability. And I don't necessarily represent my entire gender, but oftentimes guys are a little bit weaker at this than girls are. Do you guys agree? It's a little bit of a generalization, but at least me as a guy, I sometimes have trouble doing this. Did you know when I started stream, it took me 3 to 4 years to say I love you, Hyomies. I didn't say it in the beginning because I still do. I hate wholesomeness. I thought that was something I just can't stand as a conservative Korean male. Saying that out loud is just something I didn't like doing. I also just didn't want to say it often because I feel like I have to save up my words to make them more valuable at the important time. But I've changed over the years. Because why? Guys, what do you think changed me? I didn't just sit here and change. It's because I talk to you guys every single day and it kind of changed me as a person now. Oh, money changed me? Sure. You know I'm a diamond digger. Wearing that maid outfit really brought us all together. I never done such thing. What are you talking about? But going back to the original topic of the day, going to concert 3 hours away, I don't think that's waste of money, waste of time at all. In fact, how far have you guys done for concert or fan meeting? For me, I waited 8 hours at Seoul for the BTS concert. I think that's the longest I've ever waited. I had to stand there for 8 hours. There's literal clips on YouTube and everything. Or how much money did you guys have to pay for the ticket or the flight? I think my Hujikaze ticket was $500, but Hyomies paid for that, so thank you. 6-hour drive to Houston, $250. You were on plane for 9 hours to see Stray Kids? You paid $1,200 for Hujikaze? I'm not even Hujikaze fan. $800 TXT? $1,000 for an iPhone? $1,000 on BTS? Actually, guys, how much have you guys spent total on your bias? Like on BTS in total or Stray Kids in total, including the albums and ticket? 2,000 plus for ATs? 10? Did I see 10,000? I don't know if my eyes are wrong. Wow, this is real dedication. I mean, here's the thing. I don't think money necessarily is always the exact method or exact measurement for love. But at the same time, in our capitalistic world, okay, you guys are gonna think, Hyosang, you're just a money-thirsty monster. Yes, I am. But I also feel like money has such a big meaning because you could spend that same money on somewhere else. You could use that to eat good food. You could use that to buy new clothes, but you're giving up that opportunity for the person you support. Can I make another really important statement? I always mention this in my streams and videos. I personally have this ideology where if you call yourself a fan of someone, like let's say your army, let's say your stay, let's say your engine, I really think when they get quote quote canceled, you should still support them. I hate this idea where people call themselves a fan and then when they get canceled, they literally attack on them so badly with this mask of fan. Or I don't even know if they're fans in the first place. Like I feel like you know how, okay, I'm not gonna mention any specific groups because I don't want to hurt their feelings, but if they're going through hard stuff, shouldn't fans be the one trying to protect them instead of like dissing them? Okay, you guys could probably think of a few incidents in your head, right? I'm not trying to be naming any specific one, but I'm pretty sure you guys know which ones I'm talking about. I just don't like this idea when people turn their backs so fast. Like, you spent 7 years liking certain group, okay? And then you see this one news article. It's not even news article. You see this one Twitter post of this random guy living in random place on Twitter just writing this one sentence, and all of a sudden you're like, I never liked him. Cancel him right now. I'm disappointed as someone's fan. How do you believe this random stranger's one sentence so easily when you spent several years watching them? I just don't understand. And in my opinion, going a little bit further, like, I feel like if I really like someone, even if they do something a little bit wrong, I'm able to kind of condone. You see what I mean? I don't know if this is right or wrong, but for me, even if Fujikaze, even if he... I'm not gonna mention anything. I would still try to be on his side. But no. It's especially in certain K-pop. People turn their back so fast among all music field. I don't like this. Okay, I'm sorry. Now I sound like I'm hating on K-pop fans, but like, I think it's more like some Twitter trends, and also it hasn't been like this, but it's getting more and more faster and faster in this tendency in recent years. Yeah, social media. I think people believe stuff on social media too fast. They're believing everything that these random people are writing online way too fast. And the worst part is people could clip random parts from random shows and piece them together. And here's the thing, I also fall for those. Even yesterday, I saw one of those clips and I felt a little bit betrayed. But then, funny part is I didn't even see the full show. So it's crazy how I like someone and I get disappointed at my home without even knowing the truth. And you know what's scary, guys? Can I go a little bit further? I'm about to go off today. It's so scary nowadays because I don't know if you guys are aware of this. It's been a while since this has happened. The comment sections are already bought. The companies pay for comment sections not just to promote the songs and not just to make more fans, but they intentionally spread misinformation so that they could bring the other group down and then bring you up. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a real thing. This really does happen. And they have different strategies for different countries. So some people online are canceling and fighting and getting disappointed by these bots. But I'm saying bot as in purchased, but there's also probably AI as in bot to like not even real audience. So I feel like in 2026, if you like certain group, I think we should take the stance of not being swayed by what other people say. Just only trust what comes out of their mouth and what they say. Don't listen to other people. Actually, even me, sometimes I also speak about these kind of things. I always try to only spread positivity though. That I genuinely have an ideology. I don't want to... Okay, I do talk bad about people, but I try to not post it. All these people work so hard. But anyway, that was just my little talk about how much people love and what would they do to go to concert.